So today I talk about the virtual worlds, mainly Second Life, as a collaboration platform. The key point is visualization can remove various barriers. Uh, I also talk about virtual tourism as a new lifestyle under COVID-19 and future zero carbon emissions society. So, this is my biography. Please read later. I'll pass my final PowerPoint to organizers. So I will be to 3 virtual places today. So first demonstration. So zoom in. This is my avatar. And beside of me, this is Akasha, the avatar. And so this is not a recorded video, but real-time simulation. So Abyss Observatory has 30, more than 30 exhibits like this. And these were displayed from ground to 4,000 meter sky, like this diorama. And these were created by 13 creators. And so Veritas is provided this place, and another supporter is so help in various ways. So I had 18 serendipity, happy encounter, only relating this Abyss Observatory. So that is my point of today. So Abyss, so from my teaching children experience, so usual demonstration didn't attract so much because so children are only watching the display passively, and so don't interact with virtual world. Now I'm using Flycam mode of 3D mouse. This is same as moving shot often used in movies. This moving shot gives not only motion stereopsis effect, but also illusion. Children themselves are moving. So like flying birds. And so haze at the distance is also give air perspective effect too. So I change the default sky setting. So now I talk about where is the gosh? Avatar. The water.
And I will in the water.
In the water. Where?
No. Just on the water.
Okay. So avatar is another factor. So I chase her. So children also feel chase. So moving camera and chasing avatar is so an illusion, and the children are moving in virtual world. So, and please go ahead. So underwater excavation site of sunken city and coral reef. I often use coral reef as an example of vulnerable for climate change. So can you hear something? So yes, whale song. So humpback whale. They go ahead. Please be careful for 3D sick. So if you feel strange, please shut your eyes. So we saw blue whales too, and giant kelp forest. Wait a moment. I changed setting. Okay, please go ahead. Sorry, wait a moment. Okay. Okay. So where are you? I found her.
Can you find me?
I found you. So that is sunken whale. And hydrothermal vents and the giant squid. So giant squid is attack accusation. So please go up to surface. So sperm whales are swimming. This is so drifting polar bear due to global warming. And these are exposure of permafrost soils and many animals. So these are example of vulnerability for climate change. So I moved to another place. So take time to reading and textures return to presentation. So Second Life is based on multiplayer online game technology. Keeps more than 900,000 monthly active users for 70 years. And this is unusual if we compared with other game title. So why? The reason of long success is that Second Life is not a game, but unique social platform where these three functions interact with each other. So 3D creation, expression platform, communication platform via avatars and visualization, and socio-economic simulation platform. So I talk detail of three functions before. I show you Second Life versus OpenSim Grids. So Open Simulator is an open source software almost compatible with Second Life. There are advantage and disadvantage, but overall, Second Life and OpenSim Grids provide huge amount of 3D asset. Then first function, 3D creation expression platform. So essential is in-situ creation and curation, and with people. So usually 3D content are made by professional creators using 3D modeling tool. Is a standalone single-user platform. On the other hand, TelePortal offers in-situ building tools where even an amateur user can visualize their ideas by basic premise and link them each other in beautiful geospace. So next page. So above images, so example of 3D modeling tools. So creator need to scratch everything scratch by himself or import outside of data, outside the data. And image lower, here is the International Spaceflight Museum in Second Life. So you can understand why I'm enjoying creation in virtual world. So I talk about creation and curation. So curation means various means, but I identify the curation here as a way to create new value by arranging content in 3D space and chosen context. Context means story or history, structure, category, workflow, etc. Then, so creation becomes a language, a kind of language, visual language. So in virtual world, much user online in geospace, and creators can create and curate with getting feedback from other people or adding to existing aspect made by another creator. So in-situ creation and curation using basic premium and marketplace products are very quick and easy to modify. So quick iteration facilitate creators to enjoy the building process and visualize their idea fast. So it is very important point for especially educators using virtual world. So demonstration again. So change it to second life viewer. So
I'm here.
okay.
Yes.
So here is a gateway to thinking, TelePortal for education. So there is about 100 teleport boards. So boards, and for example, touch this. So virtual world teacher training. So front floor guide and weakness tutorial, community lesson plan. So there's a destination list, and these are the simple lesson plan. So this teleportal are inter-region guiding system, and also simple lesson plan database. So on the entrance, here is the entrance, and these are educational community in Second Life. And so next to I stand ground is natural history from space exploration and environment ecosystem and the climate change. And chemistry, biology, clinic, medicine, and mental health, and mathematics, physics, etc. And center of grant, and there is a beginner support or another learning places and creators resources. And go to second floor. Here is humanity. So literature, including science fiction, and many art places. So Scandinavia has 500 art gallery, and so selection is very difficult. And religion in the world, and so history. From ancient to modern world. Then center of second floor is world in present. So Africa, Scandinavia, Germany, Italy, France, Arizona, Mexico boundary in New York, and Japan, Korea, Middle East, and Hong Kong. So my collaborator, Cardiff and Bale College, UK, says not only Jesus' world in present, but also another places, history and art and science museum are become tourism resources. And for example, I visit one of them for next topic, curation and visualization for collaborate. So a modern museum. So I touch the panel. So there is some menu. So I choose starting point. So zoom out. Here is a 40,000 meter in above Abyss Observatory. So this museum is quite different from real world the museum. So vertical is history. So 50,000 years ago, this museum start, and 50 years ago, and first century, and so interval is become shorter. So 40th century, 15, 60, 70, and we focus on 18th century. There's paintings and so photograph of architecture display on panel, and so technology invention or so social events, or so this is industrial revolution and civil revolutions display on box. And so on the ground floor, there are the books, literature, Frankenstein. And so even music. So, can you hear music? So all of major human activity are arranged along age, years. And so people can find relation easily. So, and so I open nearby chat. So there are still instruction and destination list remain. So you can visit so Renaissance, Industrial Revolution, there realism and impressionism in 90s. You can teleport and back to TelePortal again. So back to TelePortal. So time is passed very much. So please visit Modern Museum again, and so please think about how art being challenging gradually, changing gradually, or has something triggered this continuous change, or in opposition to has art influenced science of society, and have human artistic taste sway between longing for eternal or curiosity to the unknown, like conservative versus liberal in USA. So I took second function, communication platform. So I don't talk about avatar communication so much, but my recommend is it is better to use Zoom or Skype in classroom. So instead I talk about the asynchronous communication, creation and curation. So can be, I said, visual language, which connect people regardless of a difference in language discipline, time zone, and time constraints. So third function is social economic simulation. So, Cardiff and Bell College says there is a very rich resources in Second Life, and so people can visit freely. But they are not supported for learning something about these places. So COVID-19 make it difficult not only for traveling itself, but also training for students seeking to work on the tourism company. So Second Life provides endless training simulation resources, tour planning and tour guidance. And it also become help learning scheme. So students develop planning, tour planning is so also become learning plan. So this is CFC Travel Center and students, and this is Icha, also leader of Travel Center. And so last two slide. So success media platform, Wikipedia, YouTube, etc., allow freedom of expression for users. As a result, its crowdsourcing of information is turned into a sort of collective intelligence. So virtual world also provide freedom of expression for users. People can manifest their creation or performance or socialize opportunity or virtual business. The contest content created collective intelligence. And last slide is conclusion. So please read the letter for read later. Thank you. So I finish screen sharing.